Black Friday Blu-ray deals. Yeah, get it, get it, get it. Oh yeah, you like that? Oh yeah, stacked baby. And this isn't even all of it. Oh man, this is gonna fall all over the place. Ah. How's everyone doing? I went a little overboard this Black Friday. There was just so many great deals for Blu-rays that I just had to snatch a bunch of them up. There was sales on Amazon for like $3.99 Blu-rays. There were sales on Fox Connect for $1.99 Blu-rays. And there's just crazy deals all over the place and a lot of good deals. So I decided to pick a bunch up. So this is basically going to be my birthday / Black Friday haul combined. And if you've seen any of these movies or TV shows, definitely let me know what you think of them as well. First off, let me show you the ones that I did a video for already, but I'll just recap them because it's part of the Black Friday time. And that is the ones where I went out Thanksgiving night to Kmart. And I never thought Kmart had any Blu-ray deals, but they did. Somebody actually told me that they did on YouTube. I'm like, psh, I scoffed at the notion. But I actually went because I needed paper towels and toilet paper, so I decided to check them out while I was there, and actually it was packed there. I was really surprised, but I did pick up a few right here at Kmart. Some good deals. Great Gatsby. $7.99. I enjoyed it. I thought it was festive and brightly lit and colored and just very visually appealing, very aesthetically appealing, and pretty decent overall. I remember watching the Robert Redford one when I was in school. This was required reading. Great Gatsby was in middle school for me back in the day, and I don't know if it still is or not for high school, maybe for kids these days, but I don't know, I thought it was a pretty good modern adaptation on this from Baz Luhrmann. Very visual style that you're used to from him. And I like the Jay-Z music. I thought it was very fitting in here. Hove. Very happy for this one. $7.99, couldn't pass it up. And the next one, another $7.99 one, was Pacific Rim right here with a cool lenticular cover. And I thought this was just a fun popcorn sci-fi action film. It's giant robots versus giant monsters. What could you not like about that? I do like Charlie Hunnam, Charlie Day, and Ron Perlman acting-wise in here, as well as that one guy who's been in like everything lately. Hold on, let me find him. Don't run away, don't run away. Idris Elba. He's been in everything lately, and he was good in here as well. Really like him as an actor. And Ron Perlman. There's a scene at the very end after the credits with Ron Perlman, so stay to watch that because Ron Perlman's awesome. And Guillermo del Toro, big fan of his, and my favorite Guillermo del Toro movie is The Devil's Backbone. If you haven't seen Devil's Backbone, definitely check that out. And if you are a fan of Guillermo del Toro, let me know what your favorite Guillermo del Toro movie is. And try saying that 3 times fast. But again, nice slipcover, and couldn't pass it up for the price, $7.99. This was a blind buy right here, After Earth. I heard just all negative reviews for this, but I do like Will Smith as an actor. I like sci-fi movies, and honestly, the trailers look pretty interesting to me, so I gave it a shot, checked it out, and I was disappointed. I don't think I was quite as bad as everybody else made it out to be, but I think the reason this movie didn't work was because Jaden Smith was the lead, and he brought the film down. I think this movie could have been 10 times better with a better lead actor in it, and I know he's a young actor, so I'm not trying to, pile on him too much, but for a big blockbuster like this, you couldn't take risks with an unestablished actor just because he's Will Smith's son. And I know he's in the Karate Kid remake as well, but this was just not a good acting job right here, and that's a shame. Maybe he'll get better in the future. He's still pretty young, but a better lead actor could have really elevated this movie because I love the visuals. The storyline's pretty basic, but it could have been so much better with a better lead actor. That really was the one thing that brought this movie down, in my opinion. Very aesthetically appealing again. And again, that was I think $7.99 as well. Flight right here. I actually got this on Amazon. This was one of those deals. Actually, I ended up picking this up. This is a funny story. I ended up picking this up at Kmart for like $7.99. I'm like, oh, that's a great deal. And then I ended up getting it on Amazon later that night. One of those lightning deals where it's like it sold out within like a minute. And it was $3.99. So I'm like, definitely. So I went back to Kmart, and I actually ended up keeping the slipcover because I was like, let me guess, Amazon's not going to send me a slipcover. Of course they didn't. So I kept the slipcover and ended up returning it and getting it on Amazon for cheaper. So there you go. This was actually a really good performance from Denzel Washington. I actually thought he deserved more accolades for this than his role in Training Day, which got him an Oscar. I don't think Training Day is an Oscar award-winning performance for Denzel, but there you go. I consider Denzel's Oscar in that one for Training Day kind of a makeup for previous movies, but I thought this was actually a really good performance from him, and very happy to get that for $3.99. And then World War Z, this was decent, kind of derivative of zombie-infected movies. It you know, it's World War Z, so they're calling them zombies, but it sounded way more like an infection to me. It was decent, but again, very cliched, a lot of typical, you know, zombie outbreak kind of scenarios here. It's all about, I guess, the cast here and the big budget CG effects and things like that. Overall, it was, you know, worth checking out. Not great, but decent for, you know, for the price as well. I'm not mad at that, $7.99. And The Conjuring right here. This I thought was a great deal for the price too. $7.99 again, cool lenticular cover, and this was actually one of the better horror movies of this past year. There weren't a lot of great ones in my opinion, but this one is another one where there's not a lot of new ideas here, concept-wise. James Wan, he's definitely known for kind of a visceral feel for his movies, and this is definitely the case here again. My favorite James Wan movie is Dead Silence. So creepy, so underrated. Mary Shaw, oh. And there's certain similarities here, like especially they have Annabelle the doll in here. That was freaky as heck. And I think what made this movie really stand out was the cast and some of the creepy visuals, especially Annabelle and things like that. That really made it stand out, and especially the ending of this movie as well. But overall, it's just kind of a basic possession storyline, but great cast and very creepy and atmospheric. And those were the ones that I got from Kmart, and the one flight one which I exchanged for Amazon. The rest of these are Criterion, Fox, and Amazon. Some of these ones I haven't had a chance to unwrap yet. Here we go, Empire of the Sun, the 25th anniversary digibook right here. Christian Bale is a young actor here. Also Ben Stiller, John Malkovich. Great cast, fantastic movie. It's been a while since I've seen this one, so I'm looking forward to revisiting it. And I'm sure it's going to look stunning on this Blu-ray edition as well. And I love these digibooks. And this is, you know, just a very touching film during a Japanese internment camp during World War II. And Christian Bale, such a fantastic actor, even as a kid, and one of the better actors of our time, in my opinion. Next up is Moneyball with Brad Pitt and Jonah Hill and Philip Seymour Hoffman. I can't believe Jonah Hill got nominated for Best Supporting Actor for an Oscar for this. I mean, the same thing with Melissa McCarthy. I can't believe she got nominated for Best Supporting Actress Oscar for Bridesmaids. I don't think either one of them should have been nominated, in my opinion. Pretty basic storyline about the Athletics, Oakland A's right there. Decent acting all the way through. No qualms there, but nothing Oscar award worthy, in my opinion. Risky Business, Tom Cruise classic right there. This was, yeah, the prices here. Some of these digibooks were on Turner Classic Movie for like dirt cheap, like $5.99 for some of these digibooks. Not this one right here. This one was, I want to say like $9.99 on Amazon. But some of the digibooks on there, I wish I would have waited and got on the Turner Classic Movie site, because they had a sale on there for awesome deals. This was $3.99, I believe, and this was, I think, $3.99 too. 42, Jackie Robinson. I still haven't seen this one. I've heard great things about it. I need to check it out. But this was actually, I think, $7.99 for that one, I think. And next up is Up in the Air. This is my favorite movie from 2009, and it's become one of my all-time favorite movies. Just love this movie. Everything about it just works for me. Gravity, even though he wasn't in it for a ton, I enjoyed his performance in there, and I'm not a big Sandra Bullock fan, so that kind of made me more interested in seeing the movie. But this one right here, I actually had this Blu-ray a long time ago. I bought it off of eBay, and when I got it, it just reeked of cigarette smoke so bad that for like months later, it still smelled like cigarettes. So I ended up just getting rid of that one and rebuying this one. It was a great deal. I think it was like $4.99. I had to get it. Fantastic movie. It's just basically about George Clooney's character. He goes around like firing people. He's on the plane a lot as well. So it's just about his interactions with different people and his life in general. But it's just basically about his life and his journey and the connections that he makes, and it's just awesome. I really enjoy that movie. Next up is Warrior right here. I think this was $5.99, and this was actually one of the better movies. I think it was 2011, and I liked all the performances here. Tom Hardy, Joel Edgerton, Nick Nolte. Very, you know, especially the score and the soundtrack both work very well, especially, you know, the final fight. Oh, very moving, very emotionally touching movie, and had to pick it up. Next up is The Artist. This won the Oscar, and this is another one where I didn't think it was really Oscar worthy. It seemed like an Oscar film. Right away I was like, let me guess, it's gonna win, and of course it did. It just seemed, you know, right up that Oscar Academy Awards alley. It's really kind of a quaint, charming movie to me, but not Oscar worthy in my opinion. It didn't blow me away. It's kind of an homage to the silent era and to the talkies, but it's quaint, it's charming, and for, I think it was like $4.99, had to get it. King Kong digibook right here, and then I got also the Elvis on Tour digibook. My uncle was a big fan of Elvis. He kind of modeled his look after Elvis as well, and I don't know, I just kind of got it kind of like an homage to him, and I don't know, I liked some of the Elvis movies growing up as a kid. They're, you know, kind of campy and stuff like that, but he was a great entertainer. And some of these digibooks, though, kind of, maybe just a little bit too picky. Maybe it's the collector side or OCD side of me coming out, but they're kind of bent on the corners right there, dinged up. And I'm really debating, should I, you know, try to, and that one has like a little bit of scratch right there from the paint right there, chipped off. I don't know if I should. I kept these sealed because I'm tempted to send them back. I don't know, there's like little things right there on the corners, little dings, and the Elvis one's a little bit worse right there. I don't know, I'm debating. Maybe I'm too picky. Let me know. Do you guys, when you guys get the digibooks, if they come dinged up and stuff like that, do you just stick with them, or do you try to return them or exchange them rather? I want to get these ones, so I'm going to be exchanging them. Let me know what you guys do. Next up is Young Adult with Charlize Theron. So disappointed in this movie. I heard so many rave reviews for this, and I thought this movie was vapid and shallow, much like the character that Charlize Theron's character was writing in the movie, in the book. And I don't know, Patton Oswalt, he was decent. I don't know, overall, just nothing special. And I heard so much buzz about this movie, just wasn't really worth it at all. It's directed by Jason Reitman. He's done a lot of these types of movies, kind of, you know, quirky, off-center, kind of self-deprecating and depressing a little bit. Not for me. Next up is X-Men First Class, and this is the 2-disc set right here, Blu-ray digital copy combo pack. And for $4.99, I had to pick it up. Like, a lot of these ones are like $4.99 a piece, so, you know, some of these ones I was just like, how can you turn that down? And I hadn't picked up X-Men First Class before this. I thought it was a visually stunning movie, pretty good kind of like origins story for it, so why not? Dances with Wolves, this is a classic. I was disappointed didn't have the slipcover. 20th anniversary edition, absolutely love this movie. Great Western. I saw this in the theaters when I was a kid and had to pick it up. I really enjoyed Kevin Costner as an actor as well. I remember some funny different stories in here when he's trying to interact with, especially with the female character right there. But overall, really enjoyed that one. And again, I think that one was $4.99 as well. 21 Jump Street was $4.99, and this was a fun movie. At first, when I was going into it, I was like, I'm going to hate this movie. But I think the chemistry between Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill was awesome. They had excellent chemistry. I can't wait for the sequel for this as well. They're going to be in college. So this was fun. There's a couple parts where it was a little too over the top for me. But overall, pretty fun, entertaining movie. Next up is Faster with The Rock, which I haven't seen yet. Billy Bob Thornton in here as well. Looks like it's going to be fast-paced action, lots of shooting and chases and stuff like that. So that one I think was $3.99. So there you go. Castaway for $4.99. Love this movie. Just gives you kind of that spirit of somebody trying to survive. You know, Tom Hanks, his plane crashes and he has to go on this island, and he's, you know, just trying to make it and survive. I can't remember how many years he was on there, but I think it was a few years. And, you know, he's just doing everything he can to keep it together and not go insane. And he has the little volleyball Wilson. And I like the ending to this a lot as well. It's kind of heartbreaking and touching. And I like the range of emotions, and for $4.99, had to pick that one up. This one right here was a movie that I thought was decent, but it could have been so much better. It's In Time right here, nice slipcover. This was $4.99, and Justin Timberlake, who I think is actually a pretty good actor, and he's really funny on the SNL skits that he does. It also has Amanda Seyfried, and who is that one actor in here as well? Cillian Murphy, or Killian Murphy, however you say his name, and Olivia Wilde, who was Justin Timberlake's mother in the movie, which is so funny to me. But the whole premise is kind of flawed right from the beginning, that they only have a certain amount of years, and you can buy more years. It's a flawed premise right from the beginning, and this could have been so much better. So great sci-fi action moments in here, but overall, it's just about slightly above average for me. There's so much more I wanted from this movie, and it had so much potential. But overall, for $4.99, you know, it's worth it for me because I do like sci-fi, and it does have some good parts to it as well if you overlook certain things. Next up is The Passion. I've only seen parts of this one, and yeah, I decided for $4.99 I'll go ahead and pick it up and upgrade my DVD. I have a DVD copy of it, and yeah, I'm going to finally sit through it and watch the whole thing from beginning to end. And next up is the Universal Classic Monsters right here. This is the 8 movies Blu-ray set right here, and all digitally restored with a 48-page book. And I was actually putting this off for a long time because it was like $100 for a while. I'm like, it's just not worth it to me for that price, and it went down to $49.99. So I snatched this sucker up, and very happy for that one. Very nice set right there, Universal Monsters. For for that price, you have to get it. Next up, I got this Watchmen set, which I think was like $24.99. This was a steal for me, in my opinion. This is the 4-disc set right here in graphic novel. I love that cover too, where it shows the comic book ones of them and then the film versions. I thought that was really cool with the lenticular cover right there. And there you go. I absolutely love this movie, and I love the comics of it as well. When I was growing up, I had the comics, and this is awesome. If you're a fan of Watchmen, let me know who your favorite character is. For me, it's kind of a tie between the comedian and Rorschach. I love both of those characters as well, pretty much equally. And I already have a few editions of the Watchmen. I have a steelbook for it. I have the 2 different mask editions, Rorschach and Dr. Manhattan, which I think are really cool editions. And I also have just a regular Blu-ray, I think digital copy combo pack with a lenticular cover. And I have the Amazon exclusive Night Owl ship, which is one of my all-time favorite editions in my collection. So I saw this, I was like, you know what? For the price, I'm going to have to get it to make my Watchmen collection complete. Absolutely love this movie. Love the comic book as well. And for the price, it was a steal. So happy to get this one. Love it. It's a 4-disc collector set right here with lenticular packaging and a whole bunch of different special features. And the Watchmen motion comic and also the book as well. Next up are my Criterion Blu-rays. I only picked up a few, and you know, this is Black Friday essentially and my birthday combined, because my birthday is just a few days before Black Friday, so I saved up some gift cards and stuff and basically used them all on. I got nothing on my birthday, but I ended up saving everything for Black Friday, and I'm cool with that. So I got a few Criterion Blu-rays right here. First up is The Uninvited right here, which is 1944. I believe it's kind of like a haunted house movie. I saw this a long time ago. It's been a while, so I'm looking forward to rechecking that one out. And then next up is Jubal, which I think I only saw a couple parts of. I never saw very much of it, so this is basically a blind buy, and it's directed by Delmer Daves right there. It also has Glenn Ford and Ernest Borgnine right there. And next up is The Ballad of Narayama. This was actually a very emotionally touching movie and very visually stunning as well. It's a kabuki-influenced version of a Japanese folk legend in this remote mountain village where when you turn 70, you're left at this mountain right here, and essentially left at the summit of Mount Narayama and left there to die. This was actually remade a while back as well, but I actually prefer this one over the remake. So that was actually a really nice pickup. I'm very happy about that one. And then next up is Fritz Lang's Ministry of Fear. I saw parts of this a long time ago too. I'm looking forward to revisiting this one because it's been a while. I want to say it's, you know, Nazism and some espionage going on in war times, World War II. So looking forward to checking that one out again. This is from 44. So those are 4 of my standard Blu-rays from Criterion. And then this is the big mama right there, right? You know, Zatoichi, the Blind Swordsman set. This is an amazing set. I kept this plastic part on here already because I just like that kind of artwork right there in the front. And this slides out right here. Really nice set. I'm going to do a proper unboxing of this as well. You can see all the discs in there. But this is such a beautiful set. And this is a dual format set as well, Blu-ray and DVD. And it's a 25 film set. I just love everything about the set. The movies, the design of it. Fantastic. Definitely one of the best releases Blu-ray wise for 2013 and for Criterion ever, in my opinion. Absolutely love it. And you know what? I'm not the biggest like samurai kind of fan, but this one was awesome. And I love that Criterion, they did a lot of promotion for this and really got people interested in it. I think they did a fantastic job on this set. And if you're a fan, just even a little bit of, you know, samurai and kind of swordsman kind of movies and stuff like that, this is definitely an amazing set and definitely worth checking out. This was actually on sale, and I was able to get it for a 30% off sale as well. I don't think it didn't work online. You had to go to the store to do it, and it was only like $70-something. So a sweet deal, because this is normally like over $100. I think it's like around 130 was what it was normally when it was on sale. And I think it was more than that before. So $70-something. Fantastic. I'm going to do a whole separate unboxing video where I'm going more in depth about it because this one definitely deserves it. Zatoichi! And next up are all my Blu-rays from 20th Century Fox. I did a whole video where I was talking about what movies I should get from 20th Century Fox. And a lot of these ones were $1.99 to $3.99. I only got a couple that were $5.99. And I think there was like one set on here for $11.99. So first up is the Family Guy Star Wars parodies right here. And the first one right here, It's a Trap, came with the slipcover. Really nice slipcover. It's the only one that came with the slipcover. I don't know if the other ones had them and just didn't come with them or not, but oh, awesome. It's the 2-disc set. And actually, they're all 2-disc sets, I believe. Yeah, they're all 2-disc sets as well. And these were only $1.99 a piece. And I know Amazon had the box set for these on sale for $20, but this was $6 for all three. Same stuff. The only difference was the one that they had on Amazon on sale had an outer slipcase. And I'm not mad about getting these without the slipcase because the slipcase that they had was kind of flimsy. And I love Family Guy. I will say I like the previous years better. The past couple seasons hasn't been as good, really. And then they had the whole Brian death, which was just to hype up the series and give it some kind of relevance again. Of course, you knew they were going to bring them back. But really love Star Wars, and I love these parodies of them. 2-disc editions for $1.99 a piece. Had to get them. Great deal. Next up is a blind buy, Cedar Rapids with Ed Helms right here. I don't know much about it, but I've heard a lot of great things about it, you know. So I figured, why not give it a chance? For that price, why not? And John C. Reilly, Anne Heche, and Sigourney Weaver too. Awesome. And next up is Limitless. I've seen this on TV so many times, but I always miss like the first 20 minutes or so. And I always thought it was pretty enjoyable for what I have seen of it. And I could finally watch it all the way through in a nice slipcover. And it's basically Bradley Cooper's character takes this drug where it can make you use the rest of your brain because you're only using a small percentage of your brain, and he becomes this genius, and it's pretty awesome. And Robert De Niro's in here as well, and Bradley Cooper's in everything lately. And finally going to be able to see the whole movie all the way through, an exclusive alternate ending. And this was $3.99, as was Cedar Rapids, and another $3.99 one, Hoosiers, which is a classic, great basketball and sports movie. And this is actually the anniversary edition, even though it doesn't say it on there, it is. And I like the fact that this has special features on here, including the Hoosiers history documentary and the original 1954 championship game. So that's pretty cool. And great performances from Gene Hackman and Dennis Hopper. Really loved Dennis Hopper, especially at the end. Very touching. Basically, all these ones were $3.99 and under, except for I think two. I think one was $5.99, one was $11.99. But I'll show you those when I come to them. I'll mention it. And this one right here, Love and Other Drugs, is a blind buy. I basically got it because Anne Hathaway is gorgeous. And it's a romantic comedy movie from what I can see. Heard some good things. Why not for the price? Next up, this was the one that was $5.99. It's Great Escape with Steve McQueen. Just a classic right here with James Garner as well. I remember seeing this movie so many times growing up, and it's been a while since I've seen it. I'm really looking forward to it. This is the 50th anniversary edition right here. Steve McQueen, classic man's man right there. Next up is Wrong Turn 4. I'll be honest, I'm just giving this one another chance for the price. $3.99, I had to. I wasn't a big fan when I first saw it, but I do love movies with a snowy setting, especially horror movies, and there surprisingly isn't that many horror movies with a snowy setting. And I really love to see a Friday the 13th in a snowy setting. That would be awesome. And when I first saw it, I was just like, meh, wasn't really that good. And it seems like each Wrong Turn movie gets progressively worse, as does the makeup and creature effects and things like that with the hillbillies. So, you know, I'm going to give this one another chance. I know a lot of people do like this one, but for me, it goes basically in order for how I like these. I love Wrong Turn, the first one the best, then the second one, then the third one, which I know a lot of people hate on the third one, but I still enjoy it. I prefer it over 4 and 5, and they're already going to make a 6th one, so, you know, slow. I was disappointed too, it didn't have the slipcover. I like that slipcover a lot, but hopefully it'll be better on a second viewing. Next up is American Horror Story, the complete first season. This was the one that was $11.99. It's the only one that was somewhat expensive on here. I love this first season, totally creepy and just almost had like a Twin Peaks feel to it in certain aspects. But overall, the second season just let me down. It seemed like each episode in the second season tried to jump the shark and try to outdo itself with each episode. And the third season I haven't even watched because witches are my least favorite genre for horror, and I don't know, it just seems like they're trying to do so much with so many different things. Ghosts, aliens, witches, satanic cults, just crazy psycho people, just so many just out there things, and it just seemed like they were going too far with the second season. Everyone trying to be more ridiculous than the next and trying to top itself with each episode. And I love the first season, and I'm gonna stick with that. Next up is Marked for Death with Steven Seagal. I remember watching this one when I was younger, and definitely looking forward to checking this one out again. Just great classic Seagal. One of his better ones in my opinion, just action. And I remember there's a crazy Jamaican drug dealer in here too. I remember that guy stood out for me. And the tagline is, he's a good cop in a bad mood. Yeah. But yeah, action, explosions, Steven Seagal kicking some butt. And all the next Blu-ray seasons for TV shows were $5.99 a piece. $5.99 for a Blu-ray TV show season. Come on, that's an excellent deal. I've never seen Blu-ray TV show seasons for that cheap ever before. The League, the complete season 3. Awesome. I mean, come on. Had to get that. I love the League, and I wish I would have waited to get the rest of the seasons, but there you go. And next up, Burn Notice, the Fall of Sam Max, was $1.99. I think this is kind of like a, I don't know if this is a 2-part series for it or not. I haven't seen this particular one, but I've seen a lot of Burn Notice episodes, and I do like the show, so $1.99. Next up is My Name's Earl, the final season, season 4. I can't believe this was only 4 seasons. I thought this TV show was really entertaining and underrated in my opinion. I really like the cast as well. Burn Notice season 2, Louis, the complete second season. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a big Louis C.K. fan or a fan of the TV show Louis, but so many people rave about it. I'm gonna give it another chance. I just think he's kind of a watered down version of George Carlin, nowhere near as talented or funny, and he's kind of using a lot of the same material, but not as good. And the TV show is just kind of lackluster to me. Just lacks heart, lacks direction, lacks humor, lacks just everything. From what I've seen, I'm gonna give it another chance. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to like it too much more going around a second time for it, but whatever. Here we go. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, season 7, 6, 5, because I have the other ones. Hilarious and fantastic show. If you like crude comedy and kind of outlandish, just ridiculous stuff, definitely check out It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Flipadelphia! And next up is Ronin. Now this was actually threw me off. I actually already have the Blu-ray of Ronin, but it's a different copy. It's a different cover. I guess it's just a repackaged edition. So that kind of disappointed me. So if anyone's interested in trading for Ronin, let me know. I guess it's the fact that it was a different cover that threw me off. Great action movie, and I really love Robert De Niro and Jean Reno as well in here. So yeah, let me know if anybody's interested in doing a trade for this one right here. So there you go. That was everything. That's my Black Friday birthday haul combined right there. So let me know what you think of my picks, if you've seen any of these movies, and what you think of them, and what you guys picked up as well. Leave me a comment or video response down below. Hope everyone's doing well. Take care.